Hey everybody, you're seeing me momentarily. Thank you, it's finally ready. Here we go. So now you can stop seeing my face and my mechanical stuff that I got going here. Flip over. Thank you. Alright. Now, good morning everybody. I'm so sorry I'm late. Streamlabs is being difficult at best. It's making me try it, retry it, retry it, retry it. That's okay. We're here. Hopefully some of you will come and visit with me. Oh, my eye is itching. It says I have an excellent connection. Ow, I have an itch. Something's in my eye. Hi, Crafty Mama. Hi, Nicole. Oh. If there is a delay, I'm super sorry. Please let me know if you're seeing this. There's probably a delay because, you know, that's my life. I wanted to, before we do anything else, show you my progress on this cute little diamond painting that I have needed for so many years. Okay, you're not muted this time. Thank goodness. That's something. So I've passed the halfway mark on it, which makes me super happy. Hi, Piglet. Can my grandboys hear me? Thank you, Nicole. I'm so glad you guys are here. So glad. Okay. So, I wanted to show you where I'm at with the diamond painting. It would have been a lot more, but let me tell you, I did not make it on live last Friday because everything was so crazy, I completely and absolutely forgot it was Friday. Until it was hours past when I should have come on. And I just went, no. Okay. So, we'll shoot for next week, and I almost didn't make it this morning because Streamlabs was not letting me do anything. So, yay, we're here. Okay, so we're going to remove the pretty diamond painting. I got to tell you, for an inexpensive price point diamond painting, that is really good quality. The diamonds are gorgeous. It's very, very good on the number of colors. I love it. I do. I love it. I'm so glad that I got it from that company because it's made well. So I also thought that I would, well, I need to turn her right side up now, don't I? That I would show you what is going on with Miss Tiger here. Or Mr. Tiger. I don't know which. Okay. So as you can see, her pretty face is done. And the majority of her background is done. In fact, all of her background is done. It's a little chunk of the foreground that, here we go, you can see here is not completely and absolutely colored. That is because I want to put more detail into this area where you see little bits of wood catching light and things like that. Then she will receive sealant and a signature, but not until. So, yeah, she is waiting. She is waiting to be finished. And I'm going to put her safety covers back on because, yeah, I do not want any hand oils, any dust, anything damaging her. I have hundreds of hours into working on her. No, sweetie, but thank you. That is actually done. It's a painting with colored pencil, and it's original. It's my artwork from a blank piece of paper. Very expensive blank piece of paper. This is Fabriano Artistico hot press watercolor paper, 140 pound. The stuff is amazing to draw on, I can tell you. It is designed to paint on, but no, that's all pencil work. Every single bit of it is pencil. Thank you. That's so sweet. So what I'm doing by doing all the coloring that I'm doing lately is I am experimenting with colors, and now I'm going to be adding more water media to the background. Yes, ma'am, I do have coffee. Hold on and I will show you, but I want to get my diamond painting sign out of the way, so you're going to shake for just a sec. So we are going to play some more in Kirby Rosanist Imagimorphia, and you're going to see some strange things. So I have a doubled up piece of this mixed media paper in here. Reason I'm putting these dividers in there, I see the, oh, B, honey, now I know who it is. Thank you. Oh my goodness, girl, how are you? It's good to see you. But the reason I do all of this is, A, it relaxes me. It takes my stress level down a bit. And B, I put these things in there to keep color from transferring from one page to another. Now, the pieces you're about to see as I flip to the one I'm going to work on are not, in my opinion, finished. Okay? Not yet. That's why there's still a divider there. So this is the one that I've done recently. It's a double page spread from this book. And this whole background is, hello, done in watercolor pencil. And I'm finishing it up with some pencil detail before I seal it. So, I love this stuff. Kirby gives me the ability to be detail oriented, which, you know, I need. I have a little bit of a scratchy throat and, you know, the summer or winter ick, but other than that, I'm doing pretty well. I'm worried sick about Snowflake, but we're getting there. And this one, well, it almost got a colored pencil background. The entire page, as it is drawn, is completed. And of course, you know, you don't have to put backgrounds in. In fact, I pretty much normally won't. But my late birthday present from last year and my early birthday present for this year from Jill is arriving tomorrow. And that is really high quality watercolor pans and the Neocolor 2s, the 40 set. So I will get to do a water background in this that is going to be, I pray, work out as a gorgeous sunset. I usually do sunsets in acrylics. Hi, Jill. I had a hard time getting this sucker up today. It took me, I had to do it over and over and over and over and over to get it to work. Oh, honey, yes you can. Yes you can, Bee. I can give you advice on this stuff to start with, and I can walk you through. That's why I'm going to be doing these live streams, is to show step by step what I do as a professional artist in order to play with the color too. You know, that's part of the fun. And I don't want to show you this next page because it's the one we're working on. I just have to move a cord. Okay, so this one is awaiting a background as well, and what's coming tomorrow is going to do the background on this beautiful horse, and then I will put in her flea bitten marks and seal it. This I of course colored like my baby Shiloh that I miss so much, my beautiful quarter horse. So I know Sarah's gonna go nuts for this, and she's gonna start telling me, do the unicorn, Mom. There are some awesome budget color pencils. One that I particularly love is South Sun for a firm oil-based colored pencil that's budget-friendly but really good quality. And I've been told that the Saisons are an awesome wax alternative. So I think that, you know, there's a lot out there that we can do. Yeah, she did, but she knows I had other things in line, so I'm just waiting for the push because, you know, B, guess what? I got a grandson last May, and this June, a few days after my birthday, I have my first granddaughter due. My only granddaughter. Oh, B, honey, I can walk you through all of it. All of it. It sounds harder than it actually is. That's the thing. It sounds so much harder than it really is. So let me advise a few things to start with. if you want something from this artist that is fun, detail-oriented, and not crazy, draw in some crap, I advise Mythomorphia for my number one favorite. Jill's number one favorite from Kirby Rosanis is Worlds Within Worlds. Now, both are extremely affordable on Amazon. They're around $15 a piece. And what you want to color with, the South Suns are for the 160 color set, which is a hard pencil like Polychromos. Those are $30 right now. They're not expensive at all. And they have I think it's 10% discount, might be 5. Oh, yeah, I know you like Clara, honey. But any coloring book you have, I can teach you to work with color for a very inexpensive start into wax pencils. Seriously, go with the Cezannes. Also available on Amazon. The 24 set will do you enough to get a good start. I always think the more colors the better, personally. My favorite soft wax pencil will run you just under $100 right now, and that's the Prismacolors. So seriously, you can start with very budget friendly and enjoy it and not have to put hundreds of dollars into pencils. That's ridiculous. The one thing you'll never see me be able to use are markers. I just can't do it. And for a really good quality budget friendly watercolor pencil, they're like $15. Get the Anna Valachi set. Oh my goodness, they are wonderful. They're absolutely wonderful. Jill sent me those and I'm in love with them, but I needed pan watercolors to do these backgrounds. So now I'm going to show you what we're doing here. I finally decided to venture into playing with one of Kirby's images that I probably generally would not play with. If I were just going to pick out images on my own, I would never have thought to do these half organic, half mechanical images. But I think there's a huge advantage to this. Oh, B, tell him it won't even cost him a bunch of money. Thank you, Jill, for putting that in there. That's the South Suns. That's the firm oil base 160 set. You can get metallics in there. They're very, very nice. If I can ever get light fast ratings on them and they turn out to be good, I'll probably use them in art. So, you know, that's how highly I think of them. I do think Kirby's a good place to start, Jilly. You and I disagree on that. I'm trying to find a way to prop this where it will sit at a good angle for you guys. Let me see. What can I put there? What can I put there? I think this might work. Haha, my little sharpening bowl. That'll do it. Okay. As long as I don't move it. Okay, so, and there's Chrissy. Johanna is easier, but you get sick of flowers after a while, and I love Johanna's work. My favorite so far of hers is Enchanted Forest. It's got animals, it's got flowers, but you've already got a coloring book, so all you need are some decent pencils and we can get going. So on Fridays, most of my live streams will probably be coloring, so you will have a chance to figure out a bunch of stuff. But I am considering once in a while, not very often because of, you know, family stuff and health problems and crazy insane puppies. Oh, Siri, shush. I have always drawn, I've always done crafting, but moving into... Chrissy, good night. Quit trying to eat the neighbors. I don't like them either, but come on. Moving into colored pencils like this, that is just this year. Or last year. It started last year. So, I did not know I could do that until I just jumped in with both feet and did it. They should know. You're so silly. B, seriously. It is less expensive. Oh, thank you, B. It is less expensive to get good pencils on Amazon than it is to get cheap garbage at Walmart. I'm not joking you. the links that Jill put in here are the best quality budget pencils. Prisma's not so budget. Jill, can you please find the link to the 24 set of Cezannes and put it in here? Now, I sent those to a dear friend, and she was just starting back into coloring because she's undergoing some serious issues health-wise, and she has to go to the hospital every week. So, what I do is I sent her a book. I sent her a book, and I sent her the 24 set of Cezannes because they're supposed to be very creamy. Now, I will tell you, I have always wanted those pencils. I don't even have them. But I've heard from good artists. I mean, artists that, in my opinion, make me look like poop. Because they can do so many things. That those are really, really good quality, and the budget price on them is amazing. Oh, see, somebody should send that to me. I would love to have that. Oh my gosh. The 150 set of Cezannes. I would play with those all the time in my books. So what I did here, just so you guys have a heads up, I know my lighting kind of sucks today because I don't know if I can, well, if I raise the light, I'll lose the plug into it because I need a new one. But last night I colored this side with warm gray 1 and this side with cold gray 1 in polychromos, which that would be the South Sun would be the inexpensive equivalent to those. Yes, I did, and then you painted over it with glow-in-the-dark paint. Right? I wish I could, Jill. I would send you the whole binds in a heartbeat. Okay. So, I did this because I'm going to do... Jerry! Beautiful! Oh my goodness! How are you, sweetie? I'm sorry I have not called you recently or texted. My life's been crazy. Yeah, utterly nuts. So, anyway, there is two other owls, but they're in color morphia, that I want to prove that this theory that I've recently heard about living things should be done in warm grays and non-living things in cold, I'm going to prove the difference. You don't have to follow that rule. I never follow that rule. If I followed that rule, I'd never get anything done. Oh, I'm so proud of you. I hope you're doing okay, baby. Message me when you can, and let's, check in on how stuff's doing. I hope the kids and grandbabies are all good, too. So, I think about you every day, honey. I think about Frank every day. Anyway, so I recently had heard the theory that a large group of colorists were informed that you use warm grays for living things and cold grays for non-living things. That's not true. You use warm grays where you need warmer shadows and highlights, and you use cold grays where you need cooler shadows and highlights. It does not matter if they are living or not. As a matter of fact, oh, perfect example. I didn't even think about it. Okay, my whale's tail right here, okay? There is not an ounce of warm gray on that. Not a bit. That is Payne's gray, which is a very blue gray, and it's a cold gray, okay? So that's done in two different types of Payne's gray, along with a little bit of nightshade to create shadows. So purple. Also, cold color, guys. So, yeah, that's proof that that does not matter. I heard Shannon say that she had been told that, and I'm like, no, that's not correct. But I just, instead of just saying it, I want to show how it's not correct. That doesn't mean anything. There are animals that are gray, that are a cold gray, a blue gray, and there are some that have very yellow and red undertones. So it doesn't work that way. Oh yeah, Miss Rose is definitely my dad's little great-granddaughter. My goodness. So the baby's name is going to be Heather Rose. I, however, will only be referring to her as Rose or Rosie, because that's the part of her name being given to her in honor of myself and my late first mother-in-law, who I adored. Sarah's grandma, Stella. Oh, get this. Oh my goodness. Barky butt. Okay, I don't care what the neighbors are doing, Tiny. Come on, come on, come on. Hey, no, no. Stop. Hey, hey, stop. Oh, okay, I'm gonna mute for a sec, guys. Sorry guys, I think we're going to have an on and off barking fest today because my next door neighbors are just them. And my puppies have zero appreciation for them. And, you know, I kind of agree. Anyway. Cinnamon Life, that means she's my granddaughter. Oh my goodness. Yes, but they start howling, honey. They literally start to sing when they get too excited. So it gets annoying for other people, including my son. I am used to it. I am used to it most of the time. You know, that's why the channel is Art and Diamonds with Eskies. Everything I do is with my Eskies, and she's kicking. Aw, hi baby girl. So there's nothing in my life. I don't go to the bathroom without an Esky. Seriously, it just doesn't work like that in my world. Okay. Now, to satisfy my prego daughter, look, Piggy, coffee. Okay. She likes to talk to me or see me on live when I've got coffee. And that's part of why we don't do evening streams. Yeah, that's what I have to do, and you know the truth of the matter is, I learned this with Eskies, and recently I found out that it really does apply to all dogs. If you scold them in a quiet voice, they're going to be more reactive, and it's the same theory as what I have with humans. They don't hear you when you're screaming at them. All they hear is blah, blah, blah in a loud voice. I always tell my kids, if you want to get somebody's attention, whisper. And I don't mean that quite literally, but I mean speak in a quiet voice so that they're forced to stop what they're doing in order to hear you. And it works on dogs really well. Unless they're in a barking fit like, you know, Crystal and Winter and Ladybug would like to be. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab my grays. Okay, so these are the ones that I used. This is the Polychromos warm gray one. This is the Polychromos cold gray one. Now, if you see, there is quite a difference in the color. This has got a lot of yellow. This has got a lot of blue. But these are the lightest shades. Now, the reason I did basically an underpainting or a base coat of those is because in colored pencil, you really cannot get light over dark unless you have something to assist you, and that something is rather expensive. So, with coloring books, no. We'll just go with the rules of artists using colored pencils. Here we go. Yeah, it's not, Piglet. It's because of the lighting, but you can see it's not. Okay, here you go. Stark white piece of paper would help, huh? There you go. There's the warm. Here's the cool. You can see there is quite a difference. Okay? But we're going to go to the next level. If I can get this book to hold still, I would be happy. And Buggy is just about to sing. Ladybug, stop. Nope, there it went. Hold on, folks. Okay, momentarily we have a reprieve. No, Crystalline. Yes, that's Chrissy talking. Because she's whining that I'm asking them to stop. Sarah, that's not funny. Don't even. I will bust your butt. I was muted, honey. I'm unmuted now. But there's a lag, sadly. I didn't want to upset every puppy that's out there in the live stream. Because, you know, you never know. That can happen. Alright. So I just wanted to sharpen these up a little bit. The reason I used this sharpener instead of my brass bullet is this one will get to a really sharp point. And this is a Coom sharpener. I've heard it pronounced so many ways. It's K-U-M. It's pronounced Coom. Okay. I just get a giggle out of people mispronouncing it. Anyway. Alright, so we have warm gray 2. Let's go back to where you can see. It's the lighting today. It is. And we have cold gray 2. So, quite a significant jump in color, truthfully. Right? B, that's how I felt, is WTF. What the fluff. Here we go. Because that's the babies today. They are yapping away. And when I'm done with the stream, I'm probably going to work on the foreground for Miss Tiger to get that one finished up as best I can. Alright. Now, let's pull this aside. Now, I try to keep a piece of paper under my hand, even though it's a coloring book, you know. Ladies! Enough. Hey, enough. Now, I happen to know there's nobody supposed to be coming over today. Stop. Stop, stop, stop. Little wackos. They are crazy today. They just want to sing. Chrissy, no. Don't you grumble at me. Oh, my goodness. Such a productive day. But I'm super sorry that I missed last Friday, and I'm sorry that I was late today, but, you know, sadly, Streamlabs does what it wants to do, when it wants to do it, along with YouTube, and I have an insanely busy life. For someone who doesn't leave the house unless they have no choice, my life's crazy busy. Alright. So what my plan is to do this piece half and half, because obviously we've got a perfect example. And then I will do one of the owls using warm tones and another one doing cool tones, and prove that that rule does not really apply. It really does not. I wish I could, honey, but I don't have the money. So, I would otherwise. Especially if it wasn't black. Because, yeah, no. Find me a colorful one, I'd be happy. But I like colorful things. No, I would love to have one no matter what color it is. It would make my life a lot simpler. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can do this without this in the way. We'll see if it wants to cooperate. Good luck to me, right? Are my girls going to be good now, please? Are you going to be sweet now? I love you. Well, tell someone to send me one, please. Along with the, saisons. That'd be awesome. Alright, on go the reading glasses. The progressive ones that have blue light filter. Because those seem to be helping me to read the color better. Anyways, the reason I don't like to put my hand directly on it is because... Whoa. Okay, there's an animal in their yard. Oh, that's a cat or another dog. Good Lord. What? Let me see. Oh, yeah. We have a dog in the yard. Yep. In their front yard. Right in front of their window. And they are not happy. Stop. Stop. Bug. Come here. Come here. Lay down. Okay, Chrissy's going crazy, but I don't want her to have a seizure. So chill. And then I will give you CBD oil after. Oh, goodness. Spooky, stop. I'm going to go outside and eat the neighbor. Is that okay with y'all? I would love to. So, this drawing has a little bit of grayscale. It's not abundant. If you do not stop, I may cook you for dinner. Tiny. Enough. This is why I'm putting new curtains on the room today. Goof. Because you guys can't open them then. Don't err at me. Okay. So this has a little bit of grayscale in it, which means it gives you kind of a guide for where it should be darker and where it should be lighter. Now, do I abide by that much? Not really. I kind of just do my own thing, because that's me. But, aw, that's so sweet. Yeah, I will be in hibernation on Sunday as usual. That is my day to turn off the phone completely and ignore the planet. Because I can. I know you're shaking, guys, because you're stuck on my easel. Because I'm not in my office. So, my son decided to make adjustment to my room with another mattress. Which is cool. It's a beauty rest. It's really nice, but it's smaller than my bed. My bed is a Serta queen size. This is like 10 inches thick of beauty rest. Of beauty rest full size. So I have like these steps trying to get up and down off my bed. It's nuts. Hi, Fatso. Into cat food if you don't stop. No, I know you know I won't. Oh, B, by the way, Chrissy turned 11 the other day. Yep, my tiny girl turned 11 years old. Oh, I'm getting old. Hi, Charles. Here's the cycle around here. I get one stopped, and then Spooky starts her, or Bug starts her, or she starts it, and then they get going. Oh, my goodness. It's nuts. And then I try to work with pencils upside down. Now, I would normally be working from the top down, but yeah. That's not really feasible at the moment. So, I'm putting this warm gray 2 in kind of scattered on the edge. So, it's not everywhere. It's just here and there, so that it will show some highlights of the warm gray 1 underneath it. And then we're going to go in with darker grays and even some browns on this side. And on the other side, I might use just a little bit of blues to add to it. Yes, my grandson, my little grandson, my 8-month-old, likes, I've been calling him Fatso since he was born, because he was a nice, big, healthy baby. And he had these little chubby cheeks. So, every time I call, or Tara calls me, if he can't hear and see Grandmama, he gets very upset. Very, very upset. And my Danny, oh my goodness, he's doing remote schooling because Sarah is pregnant with the final child, or Jerry will pull up a cement mixer, is what she said. Drive it right into the hospital. I love it. Fatso, hi baby. Hi Charles. It's okay baby, Grandmama's right here. I'm right here, sweetheart. You can't see me, but I'm right here. I love you. I love you, Danny. So it is buffering a lot, and I don't understand why. The audio stream's current bitrate is lower than recommended bitrate. Well, fix it then, you goofs. My goodness, just fix it. Well, then do that. I don't know why it's not. Okay, it wants me to change the audio bitrate from now on, and guess what? I don't know how to do any of that because I'm me. Aw, that's my little boy. That's my little Fatso. Okay. So, let me see. I was doing the warm, but I want to show you the difference here. And you probably can't tell there's a difference on this at the moment. Here we have all this mechanical stuff, right? you're going to get a lot of shine, which means a lot of the warm gray 1 is going to stay as is, because I don't want it to get any darker. It's that simple. But I do want to kind of shade a little bit of this in with 1 level darker. My son is sneezing his head off. Poor thing. I feel so bad for Nico. He's got one side of his sinuses all swollen and uncomfortable. So, at the moment, you probably can't see that it's doing jack diddly squat. But it is. It's about building layers to get where you really honestly need to be. That's how you achieve that. There simply isn't another way. Oh, I love you too, baby. I love both of you. And I love your mommy. And Rose, too. And I'm sure that the cat Casper has made his appearance known, because he normally does. He normally says, "Oh, it's Grandma. Here we are." Poor Nick. I think he's in his bedroom. He's sneezing himself to death. When the yelling ends, I'll tell you what I was going to tell you. But everybody's in an uproar at the moment because my neighbors have their dogs out in the front yard with no leash on. Idiots. I don't like that neighbor at all. They are so rude. So bloody rude. Okay, enough, miss. Enough. So I'm going to come in with my next darker level. Oh, come on, Amber. You can do this. I think that's 3. Is that 3? I don't know if there's enough of a difference between them. We're going to find out. I might skip the 3 and jump straight to the 4. So, there we go. Those are the warm gray 2 and 3. It looks like enough of a difference, but yeah, in the colds it should be. Okay, let's see. And of course, what do they need? Sharpening, because this is my life. I'm just working on these small little areas for you to see. And by the time we get back next week, there should be a significant amount of difference. Tina, hi, gorgeous. I have not gotten to start the diamond paintings yet. Because I'm working on the one for review. That's the sign that says, yes, I really do need all these dogs. It's coming out so cute. I'm over halfway on it. And then I gotta finish Fluff. And then we're gonna grab one of those up. If it takes me a moment to say hi to anybody coming in to talk, I'm so sorry. My computer is to my right. I'm working to my left. So it gets a little complicated. But right now we're working on building up color. To show, why do we use so many different of the same pencil, base color. Because it makes it look more real, more three-dimensional. That's not the right one. That's the cold, isn't it? Ooh. Yep, I almost put the wrong pencil in the wrong spot. Okay, so we'll come up here. We'll go over that shadow area a little more. And you'll see it start to turn more of a bluish color. Not hugely, but a little bit. So with this, it just, I don't know why I'm doing these in grayscale, but I'm doing them in grays. I think just to prove that those rules are not really rules. They're just, somebody came up with this and it doesn't apply. There's no reason to go that route. You work on, based on what your lighting is and shadow, is how you get the best result to do any of this. If you're working from a reference photo, like I do often, for my actual original art pieces, what ends up being is that, obviously the lighting is either going to be blue, pink, yellow. You're going to have orange lighting sometimes. Sometimes you're going to have very, very purple lighting, strangely enough. I have found that that's... Aw, thank you, sweetie. I found that that gives the best result is pay attention to the colors and the shadows and highlights. If you do that, it will tell you what colors to play with throughout the piece. And if you're working like I am out of your imagination, well, then we go with what we think looks good, and we work from the lightest color up to our darkest color so that we're not having spots that we really like lighter and we can't get it there. One of your best friends in coloring or drawing is going to be a Tombow mono eraser. Those things are amazing at removing colored pencil. My other favorite for large areas is the Vanish 4-in-1. Hi, Lenka. Oh, thank you. Oh, goodness, it's going to be a happy baby. A very happy baby. And it's nice to see you here. It's nice to have new people. For those who are new to my channel, thank you so much for joining me. I really enjoy doing videos for you guys. I enjoy doing the live streams coloring, and I'm going to try to occasionally add in diamond painting live streams again like I used to do. Things just got really overwhelming with everything that has been going on in the world and in my own family that I just couldn't do the every week live streams anymore. I was getting physically ill from trying to keep up, and I just couldn't do it. So now I do Friday mornings for usually going to be for coloring. Sometimes I'll be working on an original art piece. Once in a while it'll be a diamond painting, and every once in a while when I really am not up to any of the others, we're going to do some cross stitch. Aw, thank you, Tina. That's so sweet. This is a Kirby Rosanus piece, Lenka. It's from, and I hope I'm saying your name right. Please let me know if I am. It is from Imagimorphia. I was praying that this image was also in Color Morphia so I could prove my point with just 2 drawings, but no, it's not. It's only in this book. And it's so funny that, you know, it's an owl that my brain decided to start with, because lately I'm watching so many Randonautica videos, and the owl is their big deal symbol. I'm like, oh, good lord, I can't even get away from owls here. Okay. So I'm going to pull up our Warm Gray 3, and we're going to work a little bit more on this feather, because, you know, I'm trying to show you that one does not make something look living and one makes something look mechanical. It's all in the image and lighting and shadows, and if you're working from your imagination, then it's up to you to choose what it's going to be. I have seen purple highlights on white dogs, okay, and birds, and just all kinds of stuff. In fact, anytime I try to draw the Eskies, there's going to be some pink and purple and blue in their fur, because it's part of the way light shines on that white fur. Yes, I love it. If I were capable of it, I would go do a Randonautica video for you guys. Maybe one of these days, my friend Bonnie won't be busy, because she's always busy, and I'll be able to talk her into us going and doing a Randonautica and filming it for you guys. I love it. I watch CJ Faison. I watch Jasko, which is Jasko. That kid is awesome. I love everything that he does. I've been watching him since video 1. I don't know why it got recommended to me, but it did, and I just have stuck with him since. I, of course, watch Omar Gosh. Love Omar Gosh. Oh, thank you so much, Lenka. That is an amazing compliment to me. I stopped drawing and painting for 20 years because my hands, after my car accident. And I just started again last year. I just suddenly picked up pencils and got going. And, you know, I like to do commissioned pieces for people, because then I get the enjoyment of drawing the animal. They get this memory that will last them a lifetime of their loved one, their pet. I cannot draw humans to save my behind. But it also funds the art supplies. It allows me to buy more pencils, more substrates. Oh, yes, ma'am. Oh my god. CJ Faison, that kid is fabulous. He just makes me laugh. He overreacts to everything so badly that I just laugh every time. And, you know, nowadays, there's not a whole lot of laughter in this world, and we need to pick it up wherever we can. In my opinion. Can't believe I'm pulling all my grays out of their drawer. Yeah, I love the haunted videos. They are a big thing for me. One of my favorites is Mind Seed TV. Oh my goodness. I went to watch their video last night, but I finally dozed off. It took me until about 10 o'clock to get to sleep last night, until about 11 the night before, and I'm so annoyed that my sleep is so broken right now. But it's why I'm having to take naps every day, and it's irritating. So now I'm coming in with 3, and I'm building some shadows here is what I'm doing. When you see what I have planned for the darkest shadows, you're going to be like, what? But it really does work. Sorry about the book moving all over the place, guys. I'm actually on one of my easels. That's what I started to tell you. I am on my Jolly Green Giant mattress now, where I'm, you know, a box spring and 2 mattresses high. It's crazy. And I feel like I'm going to fall out of my bed, which I've done already. And I am sitting where my easel is partly on my bed and partly on my table. It's holding my pencils and my nightstand. So I'm like, this is so cockeyed. I cannot wait until they get time to take the queen size mattresses out of the office, put the twin size in there for the puppies, and for when the boys come, that will free up more room so that we can have the pack and play in there for my little fatso to sleep with in the same room with his brother. So super cool things coming up. Get my office even more what I would like it to be, because I get to add a second table. So one will always be set up for diamond painting, one will always be working my artwork. Yeah, it's great. This week my son added a lazy boy rocker recliner into my room for me, because I just begged and begged and begged until he got tired of listening to me, is what it truly came down to. Bonnie found it on Facebook Marketplace for $10, and the thing is in amazing condition. It's leather, it's a real lazy boy, and she jokingly said, you know, you can use it. And I went, you mean I can keep it? You can have the $10. And she said, no, I knew I was buying it for you. So, you know, that's one of those things that I thought was just so sweet of her. I bet we do, Tina. I'm going to have to get on the phone and talk with you, and we can share back and forth what our favorite videos are. Because, girl, there are some really awesome little channels out there. Oh, another one that surprisingly I watch, even though I do not like his attitude as a person. Well, I shouldn't say that. I like that he's very strong in his faith. I like his videos. What I don't like is some of the rude commentary that I think is a little too sexual to be on YouTube in a forum where there are teenagers watching. Yes, I know teenagers talk about this crap all the time, but I don't think that the grown-ups should be encouraging it. You know what I'm saying? Is hunting the dead. But I love when he and his wife do the Randonautica videos together. And right now they have this weirdo female stalker that I can't tell if she is for real or if this is just a storyline. And if she's for real, dang, wherever she lives, they need to lock the doors better. Yeah, HTD. I just don't like some of the things he says, because, like, I would not allow that to be played when Danny is here, because, you know, Danny is 7 years old and he has his learning issues, and it means that he is still a minor bird and he repeats what he hears. And I try to be pretty conscious of what I say in front of my grandbabies, because, you know, we've got, with my biological ones, we've got, you know, 7 years old, 8 months old, almost born, and then my non-biologicals, we've got a 5-year-old, and I've known her most of her life. She was in diapers when I met her, and that would be Cassie, who is at some point hopefully going to be Tia's adopted daughter, my oldest daughter's adopted daughter. I don't, you know, and then there's Sarah's soon-to-be stepdaughters, that are a preteen and a teen. Yeah, I hear this garbage out of the teenager's mouth already. I'm not trying to encourage it. As a matter of fact, she and I are always arguing about it. I'm always telling her, stop it. That is not appropriate, talking to a grandmother figure. I don't want to hear it. And believe me, when I'm irritable, I cuss like a sailor. I'm a sailor's daughter. I'm a sailor's mom. I worked with the military. I'm not going to encourage my little ones to hear it. That's for certain. Okay, I'm sorry. CJ's 9 months old. I'm having brain fart today. Brain fog, whatever you want to call it. CJ, strangely enough, is their nickname for my baby grandson, which was the intent, but his name is Charles James. And every time they say CJ, I think of CJ Faison. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're getting me all confused. No, he's Charles, and he's fatso. Oh, and medicine just fell over. That's okay. Yeah, he is a little strange. He's a little out there, but I do like that, where it, even to me, seems appropriate, although strange to see on YouTube, I like that he will stop and say a prayer for somebody who appears to need it. I really, really like that mentality, because the world is so damned negative right now with the impeachment trials and the pandemic and people losing their jobs and just general life, that it's nice to see something that is fun but also gives some emotional support. I like that. I am definitely a woman of faith, but I also believe that there's so much out there that people just want to write off as other people's imaginations. But I know for a fact this stuff's real. I've experienced it myself for my entire life. I know. So, these channels, they are what I watch at night. During the day, of course, I'm watching my true crime stuff and keeping up on all of these horrible, sad cases that are going on right now. Yeah, I like Yuki. The boys are awesome. I've been watching them since they started their channel. I remember the day that what is her name? Patty ran into them in the convenience store, the gas station, and they met Omar, and Omar helped them get their channel going, and it's just, they're awesome guys. But that's the kind of stuff I watch at night while I'm trying to get my brain settled down to sleep. When I take my medicine and that's why, Jilly, I go, no more. Because I need my brain to stop what it's thinking about artwork and housework and my kids and my grandkids and my sick puppy and one that just went blind. And, it's just, there's a lot in real life. And anything that I see that is encouraging, that is positive, just excites the crap out of me. Especially right now, with everything going on in the world. I think we need some positives. Oh, I know you have, Sarah. I know because I've been there when you've seen it. You and I have dealt with some of this together. But I think, you believe what you believe. Yeah, I have to, with the fibro and the spinal damage and the joint damage and all the degenerative garbage. If I don't let my mind slow down, then my medicine can't work. And so then why am I taking all this medication? It's just silly to me. And I've already got one that is getting to where it's not working effectively, and I'm just dragging my feet on calling my doctor. I'm being a bum about it. I'm being an absolute bum about it. I really am. I've got too much going on in day to day. When Jerry's husband passed away because of COVID, when we lost him, I reached a point where I actually had to call the psychologist and say, I need to reorient my coping mechanisms. I need you to help walk me through something new because I'm not okay right now. And he did. He reminded me of all the different things I do. Hi, Carolyn! Yeah, my dad was Cherokee, Scots-Irish, and a hint of German. And we were brought up to understand that there is so much more than what you see visibly in the world. And, you know, there are scientists that want to call it dimensions, and that's okay if you believe in it that way. I don't care. For me, it's the other side of the veil, and we're seeing what's on the other side before you get to heaven. I'm so glad you're here, Terralyn. We're probably going to make this a long stream today, because truthfully, I don't have anything pressing. The floors are clean. My room is clean. Fluffers is doing good right now, sleeping. Spirit's laying down instead of walking into walls. And if y'all are up to a longer stream, well, I'm here for a little bit of a haul. Oh, I know. I just, yeah. I don't like the changing of the medication process. It's a pain in the butt to get the right one that doesn't then give me horrifying nightmares or stop working 6 months after I start taking it. Like this one has just gotten weaker and weaker and weaker. And I don't want to strengthen the dose. I just want them to switch to benzodiazepine because I know what did work, and it's a lower dosage medication with more effectiveness. I'd advise Spooky leave Spirit alone. I just heard them squabble. Hi, Charlotte! How are you, beautiful? I'm hoping that this is a good live stream time for a lot of you right now, because I know so many people can't work outside of their house, or can't work at all. So, like me, I'm not even supposed to leave my property. My doctor's been really, really strict in her instructions about that, because my lungs just are not strong enough. Neither is my heart. So, okay, hopefully you can see that this is actually with this, I think it's 4? Yeah, this is 4. We're actually getting some of this darker that I'm adding to it that Kirby didn't even have in it. Because, you know, I'm me, and being someone who likes to do real art, I love to take these pieces and expand on them and make them more me. Strangely enough. And this is just kind of a scribbling process right here, D. Or B. Sorry, my brain is in hiatus. But you can see, you build your levels, you're keeping these very, very faint light tones on the edge. You've got these mediums that are just a hint darker, and then you're getting the darker ones right on top. Oh, I'm glad this is a good time, B. I'm doing pretty good today, Charlotte. That's right, that is what Bob taught us. I had never heard her name like that either. It's so pretty. And she is such a sweet and amazing person. Oh, that's my girl. That's my girl. Like I said, Mythomorphia is my favorite from him. From Johanna, if you like doing flowers. I like Enchanted Forest and Secret Garden. I have that also, but that's like all flowers. Let's see. I do like Worlds Within Worlds. If you like more realistic things, which I don't think is what you should jump into starting, let me know. Message me and I will recommend some of my favorite grayscale pieces. Oh, thank you, Charlotte. That's just building up the warm grays, because I'm going to prove that you do not have to stick to the rule of living things are warm grays and non-organic things are cold. That is so not true, and I wish nobody had ever said that to Shannon, because when you mislead somebody, then they believe that forever and they miss out on some amazing fun opportunities. That's right, Piglet. See, like I said earlier, for anybody that's joined in, this pretty whale's tail, that's all cold grays. That's Payne's Gray. And that is Nightshade from Lightfast, which is a deep, dark, blackened purple. So it's cold. Also, the entire whale's tail is done in cold grays. And that's a living creature. It still looks like a living creature. So I hate that that rumor got spread by somebody. And I'm sure they said it with all the best intent, you know, to give beginning guidelines. But once you get more advanced into it, you learn that that's not really true. And I just would rather, if I can, if I'm teaching people, I want to teach them what's real about color to start with from the beginning. And that way, you're not trying to undo something. You're just learning from the beginning. And that's exactly what it should be. You color it the way it makes it look good to you and makes it fun. Shit, some of my stuff looks like a 5-year-old too, but it's because I'm enjoying doing it. And I have coloring books that's the intention behind them. I don't need everything to look like it's going to jump off the page. That's a lot of work, trust me. Yeah, Tina, it's not mind tricks. Since I was 2 years old, I've seen them, I've heard them, and other people have seen them at the same time I'm seeing them, or heard them at the same time I have, including my daughter. So no one in this world will ever be able to convince me that there is not something beyond this body. Ever. I've seen too much proof. But as far as this goes, let's add some darker cold on here. Let me show you what I was saying about turning things three-dimensional with just using a slightly darker shade. You would be amazed. That darkness is going to recede, so it's going to lay itself into the background, even though it's on a flat surface. And your lighter tones are going to come to the foreground. They're going to come forward, and it's going to look more real that way. And I just, like I said, I work by building my layers. And if you're using a wax-based pencil to build your layers, there is the best trick for removing that wax plume and being able to get more layers on. Alcohol. You don't even have to buy a fancy blending pen like I have. All you need is a Q-tip and some rubbing alcohol, and it's going to do it. Yes, you did, honey. I'm one of those people that I cannot ever remember seeing and talking to entities on the other side. And so I know what's there. I'm one of the lucky ones. But I've also seen how dark some of those things are and learned to stay away from them, thank goodness. So nobody's ever going to convince me there's not another side. Sorry. My son is very scientific and does not believe that it's necessarily there. He doesn't say there is no God. He says he just doesn't know what to believe. And it's just that way. You know, it's just... I never could figure out if it was a gift or a curse to be able to see what I could see. But what I do know is that it exists. I know how the veil works. I know that it's there, and I know that there is life beyond this one. Now, exactly what it is, I don't know. Haven't gotten there yet. So, that's just how that is. Won't know till I'm there. I know what I've seen, but beyond the ones that are still here or that come to visit, I won't know until I get to go to that side. I do know that I will again see my dad, and I will see my grandparents and my babies that are in heaven. So that I do not fear not seeing. You'll see me just very, very, very lightly adding this same color I am literally barely touching my page. It's like skimming across the page. To add shadow, but lightly. Now I'm adding a little pressure in this area. So you can take one pencil and get so many different shades. Yeah, B, it's... when people say it's not out there, I just look at them like they're idiots because I've seen it myself. I know it's out there. I know for a fact it's out there. I hope so, Tina. But, you know, when my dad passed away, it went away. It disappeared. And this last year, I think that pandemic opened it again because so many of our loved ones were being moved to the other side before it was supposed to happen. B, there you go. Oh, Prague. I don't think you have to be religious. I think you just have to accept that there's more than what our eyes see and our ears hear. Because if there weren't, how would you explain the scientific discoveries, the new species? There's a whale that was being mistaken for a different type of whale that they just realized is its own independent species last week. Here in the American waters, it's called Rice's whale. We don't know if it's a new species or if it's always existed and been mistaken. They think it's a new species. There is so much more than what we know out there. For all I know, Bigfoot could be real. And if it is, I think it's just a species that was smart enough not to become modernized, you know? Sometimes I think it's better just to live out in the woods. You know, I love interaction with people online or on the phone. There's a little bit of physical distance. I feel safer. Nothing against any of you. It's just, you know, this is what my life has taught me. Is that seeing people in person has not usually paid off for me. But I also probably could live up in Ponderosa and never see another human being in person. I don't think you're nuts, B. My son believes that there are parallel universes because science is showing that that's what's existing. Okay, I can believe that. I can absolutely believe that. But I think sometimes what they are calling parallel universes is what we know to be the veil. Okay? It's just a different way of explaining the same thing. I just think there's more out there than what is known. I think that's a lot of the answer right there, Linka. I think you're right. Oh, good Lord God, Tina. See, I've never seen him because I don't have woods around me. But, you know, I just think there's a lot of creatures out there that we don't have proof of yet, but that exist. And someday, maybe Homo sapiens will get enlightened about it. I have had connections through dreams all of my life, and I know that that really does exist. It is a real thing. It is, absolutely. I've seen that they can visit if they have enough strength. And that's why I'm such a big fan of Halloween. Because the veil is super thin, okay? It's like non-existent on Halloween. And, probably be. Sorry about the shaking. That's because you're on my bed. There's so much out there, you know? So much. I personally do believe in God, but that's because I've seen miracles that I can only explain as God and angels. Maybe it's another name for it. Maybe there's another way to express it. I don't know. But I've seen that there is something more out there. Believe you me, there is something more. Alright. Now, I'm going to move up another level. I'm also going to grab my Payne's Gray. And, if I can move, one of my favorite grade browns to use. Okay. That way I can quit trying to break myself. Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, we don't... You know, a lot of people believe in aliens. I don't see how we can discount it. I've never seen one personally that I know of. I'm cool with that idea of not seeing them. I'm good. I see enough things. And I live where, you know, the Phoenix Lights, one of the most famous UFO sightings in history, was not far from where I live. So, I didn't personally witness it, but that in particular, I think, is military testing formation because, well, you know, we have a couple of Air Force bases nearby. We have Luke, and Williams is not that far. Okay. I love sharpening pencils. Not. I need to get an electric sharpener that is long point and auto stop. One of these days. Yeah, I just think there's so much humans don't understand, and I wish they'd just quit saying, "Oh, it's not real." No, you just think it's not real because you're not around it to look at it. There's a difference. There's a big, big, big difference. Okay, which one are you? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I do have these in the order I want them. Good. I've got pencils all over the bottom of my easel here, and I do not ever work like that because I get confused and pick up the wrong things or put them in the wrong place. And then I'm not happy because I can't find stuff later. Tina, I have always wondered, you know, are they more animalistic or more human-like? Because I don't think that they are like normal four-legged animals. I think that they are very much sentient beings. They would need to be in order to understand that humans are dangerous animals. Stay the hell away from us. But, you know, I've heard them referred to as a missing link. Well, if they're smart, as I think they are, they'll remain elusive. Because humans tend to destroy whatever they do not understand. Oh, B, that's good. That's true, Tina. Oh my God, I agree with your husband, B. That's awesome. Bears, Bigfoot, and hillbillies. Yep, those are a good reason to carry a 9mm. Believe you me, you might need a 40 cal for the bear. That's the best thing I've heard all week. I love it. Oh my goodness, that was awesome. Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna laugh my head off today, apparently. It does. It does make you question. Oh, I know. He was serious. That's what makes it so damn funny. Because he's right. He's absolutely right. Okay, so now here's the cold gray 5 so we can come in on this side. If I'm going to work this way next week, I got to figure out how to work this lighting thing. Because this is a little annoying. want to darken the top of that up a bit. We're going to reseed that a little more. Bring that back. You know, I think that there is nothing complicated about, or nothing impossible about learning color and learning to use it. I think it's all about taking your time. What are hillbillies? Lenka, hillbillies are Americans with really obnoxious habits and beliefs. They live up in the hills. They don't have a lot of dealings with polite society. And so they're the ones that do things like make the raid on our Capitol. Those are hillbillies. They have some kooky ass beliefs. They're nice hillbillies, don't get me wrong. But, you know, yeah, they do. They do. We are what I refer to as stupid, self-destructive, and generally destructive animals. And the problem is most of us do not understand that we are also animals. So why, in the name of all that is good and decent in this world, do we need to go and destroy other species and their habitat? It's illogical. It, as far as emotion, angers me to no end that animals are harmed because humans are assholes. No, honey, they're not the kind of people we mess with. I know some really good people that I would call hill folk. Because they do. They live up in the hills. They don't have a lot of dealings with society, but they're good people. They're nice people. They farm. They respect nature. And they're decent toward other people. But they're like me, and they just don't want to be around them. You are not. You're an educated hillbilly. Oh my goodness, girl. Wow. Yeah, don't intervene in its territory. You know, that's like somebody invading your house. But, you know, maybe you could leave gifts of food here and there. I think so that, you know, that I almost want to call them a person, that this creature would understand that you're not there to hurt it. Yeah, you're a cityfied redneck. But redneck is different than hillbilly, honey. Redneck, oh good Lord, don't even get me started. There is a place here in Arizona called New River. Now there's two major things in New River. There's a nudist camp that is well hidden, thank God. And then there are the hillbilly rednecks. They're kind of both. And they are militia groups. They're inbred, backwoods, shoot everything they look at and don't like. That's what they are. Exactly, Lenka. You know, I personally, I was raised a country girl. I've ridden horses since I was 6 months old when my grandpa put me on the first one. I've even ridden rodeo, amateur rodeo. I have had my own motorcycle back when I could do things. I've always had animals. I've always loved and respected animals. I grew up camping and fishing and knowing how to survive in this environment, this desert environment. Oh, that's wonderful, Tina. I don't like most people because I disagree with their value systems and how they live and how they treat others, and I just get really annoyed with them very quickly. So I kind of stay home. You know, I think Sarah can tell you, it is not a good idea for anybody to make the mistake of messing with my family or my friends, because, you know, even as loving and kind as I am, I'm still Sicilian, and I'm still a redhead, and I'm still a Navy daughter and mom. So I just don't have a sense of humor about that stuff. My dad was raised in very, very rural Missouri, which is now all built up, but back then it was, you know, back in the woods, basically. So I just have an immense respect for nature and for animals. Oh my gosh, do I love animals. Everybody knows me. I have 5 puppies. I love animals. But humans, I have trouble with the ones that want to be, we're humans, we're the alpha, we're the apex predator, and therefore we're going to rule every damn thing. My call for that is bullshit. Keep pissing around, and one of these days, the animals are going to respond. Mother Nature is already responding. But the animals are going to get pissed. And when they do, it's going to be like that, oh my god, what was the name of it? It is one of my all-time favorite TV miniseries. And one of my favorite authors. Zoo. It's going to be like the show Zoo. Exactly, Lenka. We truly don't. But people want to believe that they do. Yes, Mommy. Navy mommies do unite, girl. Sarah was going to go into the Navy, but then that didn't get to happen. Oh, yeah. I mean, we want to believe that we're top of the food chain, that we're the apex predator. Bullshit. That's all I can say to that. Bullshit. There's no way that we can say that when if you go in the water, sharks can eat you much quicker than you can get away, believe me. The jellyfish, even. You know, you go in where there's jellyfish, you're going to get stung, you're probably going to die, because they tend to be in clusters. We are not the apex predator. Oh, I'm so proud of her. Please thank her for her service, and let her know that, you know, as another Navy mom, I am eternally grateful, because my son came out of his service disabled, but my dad gave 30 years, and there is, both my uncles served. There is no more pride in this world than I have in our military and law enforcement. They are just amazing. That's my girl. Tina, you got it just right. That's exactly, Lincoln, that's awesome. You know, people don't realize, if they keep doing what they're doing, these animals that they think are so stupid are going to tell them to F off. That they're taking back their world. Because, you know, they don't have any respect. And you got to have respect. If you can't give respect to those that were here long before us, then you need to go get an education in what they are and why things are the way they are, and that we are not top dog. Okay, so this is Payne's Gray, and the Polychromos Payne's Gray is really, really dark, but it is awesome. This is where I'm coming in, and this will add just this hint of blue to the gray, even though it's completely gray. To me, it's like the coldest of the cold grays. That's how I see this. I'm applying more pressure in here, because I can. Yeah, Sarah, I'd still like to educate that young lady. Exactly. I raised my kids, and Sarah can tell you flat out, I raised my kids the way I was raised. My grandparents, on their land in Missouri, back in the early 40s, at the start of World War II, had the KKK show up and put a cross and burn a cross on my grandparents' front land. My grandma came out with a shotgun and shot up into the air. My grandpa came out behind her with a rifle and shot into the ground. And both of them damn near simultaneously told them, "What are you doing here? What do you want?" And when they said, "You got all these black soldiers coming on your land, blah, blah, blah. You can't do that. You're white folks." My grandpa swiftly informed them that he was half Native American. His mother was straight off the reservation, and they would have any damn person they wanted on their land. These men were serving their country, and they deserve some damn respect. My grandparents did not joke about it. And so I have always raised my children. What is color, really? I mean, I go out in the sun, I get super dark olive very quickly because I'm Sicilian, and that means I'm part Greek and part Roman. But I get my fair features because I'm part Spaniard. So, I don't even want to hear from people that color makes a difference. It doesn't mean a doggone thing to me. One of my adopted kids is dark skinned. But she's an amazing daughter, and I love her, and I love her kids. Echika is amazing. So for this young woman that Sarah is working with, to tell her that just because my daughter said she loves fried chicken and watermelon, that made her racist, somebody needs to sit that girl down and explain that our family comes from rural Missouri, and back there they eat fried chicken and watermelon for dessert, and that's how we grew up, and there's nothing racist about it. Yeah, that is, my daughter called me in tears over that. I was just livid at the end of the conversation because, no. I raise my kids. You do not judge anybody by their race. You don't judge anybody by their ethnic background. You don't judge anybody by their sexual preference or gender orientation. I don't care. We all bleed red. There is no damn difference. Sorry, that is a point of contention for me. I'm so tired of hearing trash spewed from people's mouths over the news, for God's sake. I'm just done with it. I'm done with it. These people need to stop. Yeah. She just broke down. She video chatted me, and I could see it immediately in her face that she was not okay. And when she told me what happened, I about blew a damn gasket. Oh, I agree, B. These people have come out of the closets with guns. You know, and that's what makes me so angry. These people have automatic weapons. What the hell? They're illegal. Why do they have them? Because it's not illegal for them to get a semi-automatic weapon and get the conversion kit. That's a loophole that needs to be fixed in our Second Amendment. I am so supportive of the Second Amendment, it's not even funny. I grew up around guns. I think that they're beautiful, beautiful things. But that they are incredibly deadly in the wrong hands. And sadly, most of the time they end up in the wrong hands. Oh, hell, Tina, I still eat that way. Well, here's the thing. Okay, I have no issue with you having voted for Trump. You agree with some of the things he was doing. I voted Biden. And when the insurrection happened, yeah, I would happily have strung Trump up because I watched that speech and it broke my heart. And there are other people who feel that he did not incite the violence. And that's okay. Having different opinions and being allowed to express them, that's what makes us American. But the issue for me is when people take somebody's statement and turn it into something horrifying where people are injured and die. That to me is disgusting. Yeah, they need to stop. Humans just need to take a step back, you know? take a breath and understand that not everybody out there is racist. In fact, the majority of us are not. But it's those horribly bad apples, like the officer that killed George Floyd. And thankfully now he's getting a separate trial. I'm so excited because those other men tried to do the right thing and they couldn't. Yeah, that was my biggest issue right there, B. They were begging him to call in the National Guard and to ask these people to stop, and he wouldn't do it. He called his own vice president treasonous when, in all reality, he was doing his job upholding the Constitution. That is what he was sworn to do. But I have no issue. I don't care if you voted for a monkey. As long as you voted. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point. Your child, my dad, my uncles, they've all fought for our right to vote. And in my opinion, that makes it not just a privilege, but a responsibility. If you are able to vote, you need to cast your vote. Yep, Piggy, I'm with you. You know, I think that, truthfully, for me personally, even though this is probably the only time you will ever hear me talk politics on my channel, because it divides people to do that, and I don't want to divide or alienate people that I care about, you know. I think that for my personal taste, he should never hold office again. I believe that he furthered a very deadly situation if he was not the one who created it, and the evidence to me looks like he spent 18 days setting this up. But yeah, Tina, we'd probably be better off than some of the presidents we had. Right, B? I know, Piglet, just calm down. We're moving on. I don't want him to hold office again. I met him once back in the 80s. The man is a sexist. Anyway. He needs to learn to keep his damn hands to himself, let me put it that way. But that's my personal opinion. If other people think he should hold office and he isn't prosecuted through this, or the fact that, you know, he violated some significant laws in Georgia. Yeah, me too, Gina. I do that a lot. Hi, Alexis. I know it does, baby girl. But you have to now put that away, understand the source, and move on. Yes, this young woman feels that you are racist because you like to eat certain foods. Well, that's because she doesn't know that that's what our family comes from. We come from an era where Grandma raised the chickens and grew the watermelon, and that's why they ate that. And we continued to eat it because it's really delicious, it's super good for you, and we like it. And it doesn't matter if you're green. You can like fried chicken and watermelon and not be racist. So that's someone who has been taught the wrong way of thinking. But, you know, there's the extent of what you will probably ever hear me say on politics, because I just don't like it on my channel. I want this to be a place where everybody feels like they're safe to express their opinion. And if that means that you voted for Trump, awesome. You voted. You voted. That's my only thing. You voted. Thank you, B. Because Sarah's got naturally curly hair. And the girl is half Scots-Irish and half Sicilian, so, nope. Exactly, B, and it's wrong. It's wrong. I'm not going to cancel someone or play that little bullshit prejudicial game because you voted for somebody that I didn't vote for. Okay, you voted. I'm happy. That means that your daughter serving this nation, my son serving this nation, was not for nothing. Because they're serving for our privilege of having those things to do. A lot of countries don't get a say. We get a say. And I think that if you are able to, you should vote. And it doesn't really matter who you vote for. You voted. Just, I don't want to see these people turning kooky and taking guns to the White House or the Capitol in Michigan or in Phoenix. I'm just tired of that crap. You did what our families have fought for you to be allowed to do. I'm good. I'm good with that. Even if one of my kids had voted the other way, they still voted. That makes me happy. Now, we all happen to align in what we believe in, and that is, we fight for the working class. A lot of the times I've voted Republican. A lot of times I've voted Democrat. I vote my conscience. I vote what I think will do the most for my nation or my state or my county. That is my job as a voter. But I'm not out there shooting people over it or beating their heads in. That's not right. It's not right. And that makes me angry that, my son developed stress-induced epilepsy so that people could act like assholes and kill people at the Capitol. No. Hi, Jamie. I'm so sorry, Jamie. I understand Snowflake is not doing well at all. But all you can do is try to make Frankie's life as normal as possible. Spend a lot of time close to her and love on her. Make sure she's drinking, even if that means you use an eyedropper or something to put water in her mouth. If she's swallowing it and not spitting it out, that's a good sign. I've had to switch Snowflake to wet food because she just can't deal with the crunchy food, even though we have her favorite crunchy food in the house. I do get her to nibble on a little bit of it. But yeah, as long as y'all are doing what you believe is right and you're not hurting yourself or anybody else, I don't care what you do. I really don't. I still love you. It didn't matter to me. That's my big thing I taught my kids. As long as you are not harming yourself or anyone else, do your thing. Well, and not breaking the law, going and being stupid. Yeah, Tina, you're welcome. That's how I taught my children. Was you vote your conscience, you vote the issue, you don't vote the party. My husband is a registered Republican. He voted against Trump in this election because of everything that he saw going on. It was against his core beliefs as a traditional Republican. I'm a Democrat. I didn't vote for Trump because I knew what he was like in the first election, and after what I saw over the last 4 years, I certainly didn't vote for him. And I really believed that Biden was willing to and had the opportunity to make good changes for the climate, to give money to the working class that's needed, to provide more jobs, even though he shut down a lot of the oil and coal and gas and all that, or whatever it is, the pipelines and stuff. But that's because he wants to then afford re-educating these people to work in clean energy jobs. I think these are amazing, amazing ideas, and that we can get so far in life by doing so. That's my personal side of it, my personal opinion about what needs to be done at this point when our climate is dying. If we're not careful, we're going to lose our Earth. And I don't think that us or the animals are going to make it through that with no damn ozone. So, I went with what my conscience said my world needed. I lived somewhere where it went from summers being, topped out at 110 when I was a kid, to now I've seen summers where it's 126 degrees on the ground. We got to do something, guys. I know. I agree, B. I agree completely with you on that. And I think that needs to be something that the government eventually funds, making it affordable to get electric cars. And if you can't afford to buy a new car at all, that they're willing to pay for you to have a conversion engine put in your vehicle. If you're willing to have it done, they should pay for that and give you that opportunity. Yeah, me either, B. I wish I could afford a Tesla, but then again, I'm an old-fashioned girl. I like my old Chevy truck. Once it gets running again, you're damn right my ass will be in the seat. Not all the time, but once in a while. But I think that hybrid cars need to be made more affordable, and I don't think that we should shut down the oil, and that's not what Biden wants to do. He just wants to make it more green, you know, more solar panels that work for us and things like that. Yeah, on tribal land is what pissed me off. They had no right to force that. No way. I live in a predominantly Native American and Hispanic state, and I will tell you what, as the daughter and granddaughter of somebody who are Native American or were Native American, don't try to force crap on the nations, because I think they've had way more than enough of that crap throughout history. I do. Respect each other. That's the big thing. And with Native American dad and grandfather, that was the big thing I was taught, is respect yourself and respect those around you and respect nature. Because you live and die based on nature. I know, Piglet. I just think we need to find a way that, you know, if we want to have gas engine cars, fine. There's nothing I can do about that. And neither would I, because, you know, like I said, I love my 82 Chevy that was my dad's. However, I think that solar panels on houses need to be funded for free to the owners, which is a program here in Arizona right now. Because this is the most prevalent place in the country for solar energy, you know, and we now know that they can store it and distribute it nationwide. Well, hello, we have all of about 10 days of clouds and rain a year. Bring it on. They are welcome to cover my roof and backyard in solar panels, although they'll get peed on by the two boys if they're in the backyard. I'm just so easy with it, you know. I think that we can all work together no matter what our belief systems, no matter our politics. We just have to respect each other. It's all it takes is a little bit of respect. Okay, so here is, if I can see this, that would help. Yep, brownish beige. Now this is a Karen Dodge Pablo. I have only 4 of these pencils, sadly. But they are nice. They're not my favorite, but they are nice. And they have some colors that I adore. This is just going to add a little softness to what I did to this feather. And, you know, it is still a grade tone. But it adds a little brown. It's going to make it look a little more like a barn owl. Okay, Piggy. Yeah, I don't care what anybody's beliefs are. As long as they're respectful. They don't try to shove it down my throat. I'm not going to try and shove my stuff down their throat for sure. So, you know, just be respectful of each other. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. You know, Alexis is Native American. She, of all people, can tell us from the standpoint of Native Americans. And Alexis, I believe that you're part black also. And, you know for a fact, this racist cancel culture shit needs to stop. Ooh, I love it. That's awesome, Lenka. I would not be able to do that because I'm life-threateningly allergic to bee stings and I panic around them. But yeah, I'm all for it. Oh, go girl. It's nice to see you, Tina. I love you too, honey. Yeah, I just want everybody to find a way to be nice to each other. That's all I want. There are people I don't like that I'm never going to be, you know, talkative at or anything, but it doesn't mean I have to be obnoxious. You know what I mean? You can be polite. Okay, let's do another feather, just because I want to. So, I'm going to come in with some warm gray 3 to do these little grayscale areas. Kind of darken them up. Just. Oh, Lenka, we didn't even have any. Well, I can't say that. We did have. They said that we had just a little bit of snowfall in Phoenix this year, and it fell right in my front yard. It was great. That's 2 years in a row Phoenix has gotten a little bit of snow. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Uh-oh. Yeah, Alexis, it needs to stop. And I'm glad that Biden has made it to where it will stop. Because it's not right. It's damaging the land. It's killing animals. It's just not cool. I'm not in any way okay with these forced pipelines. I'm not. But with my belief system, how could I be? Oh, Jamie, this is an artist named Kirby Rosanis. And the book's name is Imagimorphia, and it's super cheap on Amazon, and it's awful lot of fun. Are you okay, Snowflake? Yeah, when I was a kid, Phoenix did not get snow. Nope. I always wished for it. Never got it. But I will tell you that that's another way to prove climate change. Phoenix gets a little bit of snow in the winters now, and, we're 126 degrees in the day in summer. I think he will, Alexis. My gut tells me he will. He is a very faith-oriented man, and Bernie Sanders and some of the other progressives really saw what was going on and knew it needed to be fixed, and he agrees with them. And I think he's put a lot of things in place already that are going to make it to where these sacred lands are not violated. Those treaties are not violated yet again. Sarah Michelle, you little prego. I really pray he will, but I truly do. In my gut, with every fiber of my being, I think he's trying to do what is very best for every part of this country. And every ethnic background in this country. I think he honestly has his heart in the right place. And we just kind of have to give the man a chance. There's a lot of work ahead. Right now, his focus is where it needs to be. It is on the pandemic. He shut down that pipeline. Pissed a lot of people off, but there are others of us that see that in the long run, it's really needed. Well, that's what happens when you're pregnant. Yes, Alexis, just so you know, I get a granddaughter. Little Miss Heather Rose. I will only be calling her Rose. The name Heather is not my favorite. I have my reasons, but it's not my favorite. So she's my little Rose. And we're going to keep her that way. And I bet my fatso is about ready for his nap, too. I'm getting old. All these grandbabies growing up. Goodness gracious, I will be 51 in a few months. That's crazy. And next month is the 2-year anniversary of this channel. We will be 2 years old, you guys. On YouTube, that's a long time. And I have a lot of videos out there. I was looking at that day before yesterday. I was looking for something on an old video, and I found out, and I went, oh my gosh. We've been doing this for a little bit. You know, because like in October I do daily videos, and usually, probably because that's my happy month. That's when we usually come out of the triple digits. My fatso's asleep. I know you are, but I'm still going to call her Rose. She's Grandmama's Rose. Because that's the part of her being named after me. Which is always a good thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do on that first feather, you guys, I'm going to show you something kind of cool. As long as I can open the drawer from here. Yes. Thankfully, it was successful. Oh, she did it. Good girl, Fuff Fuff. She got up on her own, you guys. That's awesome. Thank God. She's very, very sick. And Mommy is very, very worried. Gosh darn it, where are you? Okay. All my pencils are getting short. Okay, so this is my Prismacolor White. This is a very waxy, very soft pencil. And although you cannot lay white over darker pencil to make it turn white, you can use it as a blending agent to lighten the color just slightly. So when I come out here, there's it in the light. And when I come back out of shadow, you'll see that where I'm placing it is on the highlighted parts, the lighter areas of the feather. And it's just going to make it kind of pop a little bit. Or at least smooth it out a bit. It'll make the colors look more uniform. See, it just gives it a little smoother look, in my opinion. Now, on here, I didn't go with as many dark shades. And I definitely want this pencil in there. But where I want to darken it, now there I use blending pencils. They are clear. It darkens it up a little bit rather than lightening it out. In this case, you know, it's an owl. I kind of wanted to lighten it a little bit. So around that edge, I want to lighten it. But in the center, I want it darker. So I hope I'm not shaking you guys a bunch. My pencils are not at the best angle to work. So what I do with my Prismacolor blending pencil... Hi, Jane! Is I've learned these are too hard to do anything other than burnish. Okay? I'm not trying to burnish. I don't want to knock down what little bit of tooth is in this paper. I want to blend it. Favorite trick. Lighter, guys. Or match, whatever. Melt it just for a few seconds. Then give it a couple seconds to cool off. The pencil gets soft. And it acts like it really should. So, now it's going to be soft enough. It's going to darken up these shadowed areas. And it's placing wax over it. So it's kind of protecting that oil that's in there anyway. And I want that spot a little darker. Now I'm going to darken the feather's core quite a bit. I'm sure this is pretty boring. You guys, I'm sorry, I've been talking so much that I haven't got a whole lot of coloring and shading lessons going on here. But, you know, the subject came up and I needed to make it clear. Here, there is no judgment. I don't care who you voted for. You voted. I'm happy. Yes, I believe there's a lot in this world that we do not know and do not understand yet. Okay, so I hope you can tell that darkened up the underside of this. I can see it for sure in person, and the white lightened up the top portion of the feather. Okay, guys, I need just a second. I need to go check on my Fluff because she went out of the room and I need to make sure she did not fall. So everybody, go take a break to grab your drinks or snacks. Run to the bathroom, whatever you got to do. We're going to take like a 2-minute break. And then I'll be back. Because apparently we're doing a long one today. So I can actually accomplish something. Hopefully the puppies won't bark your heads off while I'm gone. Once I climb down off the Jolly Green Giant bed. Which is complicated, let me tell you. That's why you're shaking. Because I'm moving my big butt across this bed. Oh, good, I made it up off of it. Okay, I'll be back in just a couple minutes, folks. Good Lord, I'm getting old. Hi, Spirit. Where's the fuff? You sure okay? Good girl, babe. Hi, Buck. Uh-ohs. Okay, folks, I'm back. Sorry, I had to check on her, and I'm glad I did, because she was kind of stuck for a sec. I'm glad, baby girl. Because, yeah, Mama's getting old. And sore. Okay, she's roaring. Hold on, I gotta make sure she's not stuck. That's why I'm still standing. Come on, baby. Come on. Oops, get off. Ooh, Spooky's in trouble. He was taking and... Oh, sorry. Poking her in the back with his nose. And I would bet that's annoying because it looks like it would be. And there's a Greasy Grizz. Yes. And I'm going to take my inhaler before I climb up on the Jolly Green Giant Junior bed. He was poking at her. And she was roaring at him. But he made her fall down and get stuck in the yard. Really? Is that so? Yep, she's talking. She took my spot. And now she's going, arr. Huh, tiny butt? Are you my Tugger? Yes? Your mommy's Tugger? I love you. I love you, baby. Come on, Puff. Spooky, if you don't leave her alone, you're going to go to your room. I'll send him in the next room. He knows it, too. I think he knows Mommy's not kidding. Okay. Here we go. Haha, nope, it was Chrissy. It was Miss Tiny. I rule the whole world. That's her other name. I rule the world. Okay, can I come in? Can I get up on the bed, sugar? You got the other 2/3 of the bed. I just gotta sit my butt on one part of it. He said, okay. I wish you guys could see her. She's so sweet. She just took over. Hi, now she's giving me her paw. Yes. Her trying to pet me back. Yes. Okay. Sip of coffee, jump up in the bed without killing myself and smacking my head in the fan. Literally, the top of my bed is now almost 4 feet tall. And I'm not all that much taller than it. Okay, you got scooped. Ah, thank you, Toogie. With my sore hips and knees and all that, that is a sight to be seen, let me tell you. It's hilarious. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. But you guys know, I gotta take care of my puppies. And it had been about 2 hours and a little over half a pot of coffee. Now I'm just trying to catch my breath again. Not the easiest thing to do either. Let me say. Oh my goodness, I'm going nuts with all these pencils on the bed here. Okay. So, I'm trying to decide. Well, we know we need this to angle down a little bit. So we're going to draw in the direction. Hi, Bug Bug. That we want the blade to show. This is the most interesting thing. When I saw how he did the feathers as different blades, I was like, what the heck? And it is. It's like a bunch of knife blades. Sort of. It's kind of weird. It's interesting, but it's kind of weird. So really dark. I might as well do this while I'm here, because I happen to see it. Yep, Fluffers is inside. Spooky Doo. Mommy's gonna eat you. I will turn you into cat food. Leave her alone. I don't want to yell into you guys' ears. So some of this, I can just skip the medium and go into the pure values of light and dark. I didn't like that sound. Snowflake! Come on, baby! Oh, I was already going to, Piggy. Oh, I'm so glad, Bee. Because I have a hard time accomplishing anything. Oh, my goodness. I'm always up and down. And usually I don't even sit still for 2 hours. I have to get up and stretch about every 40 to 45 minutes anyway, or I'm sore. And my babies run me all over the house all the time, taking care of them. And you never know when Nick needs me. And then there's, I gotta mop up floors here and there. Hi, Glitter Angels. So, yeah, my life gets a little nutty every single day. Puff, puff. I figure while I've got the Payne's Gray, Polychromos Payne's Gray in my hand, we'll go ahead and run over some of these darker areas all by themselves, because we know they're going to be that dark. Why do I need to add more work today? Because I can control the pressure very well. That's something that's difficult to do when you're first learning, but after a while, dang girl, come over here. We don't have any laundry to do, and the dishwasher needs to be turned on. But, hey. You're welcome to whirlwind right through my house. Sarah, would you message your brother to put Spooky in the room because he is bugging Snowflake? He's making her yell. I don't like that. Spooky, go to your room! Hi, Glitter Angels. How are you, sweetheart? Oh, hi, honey. Buggy wants to help, so she came to lay next to me. Are you on strike? Oh, goodness. Can I join you, please? Linka, that's awesome. Can I go on strike? Wait, then you guys won't get anything to watch at all, because I'll be on strike. Ooh, Exploring with Fighters has a new Randonautica. Cool, they're based in England, so that's kind of fun to see. Right? Oh, no. Glitter Angels, honey, I'm so sorry. My prayers are with you and your family, sweetheart. Well, that sounds like a plan B. Oh, yeah, 4 kids and a daughter-in-law. That is more than enough. Dang. I have 5 furry kids, a big grown kid, and a friend. So, it's like, oh, my Lord. You know, 2 of them are epileptic, and one is sick, and the other one just lost his eyesight. So, sheesh. My ass is busy. If I'm sitting still for more than 20 minutes, it's kind of shocking. And just the other day, I got my rocker recliner put in my room. It's a lazy boy. Here they go. Okay, there you go, there you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. There you go, baby. Oh, goodness me. I'm glad my kids are grown. I am. Let me tell you. That's the only advantage to getting old is your babies are grown up. And once they have their own homes, you don't have to take care of them anymore. But when you live with one of them and he's got epilepsy, well, you take care of him because you love him. Thank you, Piggy. Tell him I'm on a live stream. That's difficult to do. Oh, B, good girl. Good for you. No, I love my kids. I honestly, I would not trade the kids I have. Okay, this is Cold Gray 5. They're awesome, and they're wonderful to me. They treat me with a lot of respect and kindness. Although Nick is being a pain in the butt today because his sinuses are swollen and he doesn't feel good, so he's acting like a big baby. You need to do it. Well, it's kind of hard, Bubby. I'm on the Jolly Green Giant Junior bed and I can't move again. And y'all, I would have to mute the phone or the live stream to scream as loud as I need to scream for that doggone dog to listen. He's being so stubborn. And if she bites him, I don't blame her. Yes, you are Wells Fargo, my love. Oh, thank you, Lenka. Just, you know, honestly, just pray for the puppies. You know, the 2 that are going through everything they're going through, that's my big fear, is losing them. You know, it's just I've been through it, and it's horrifying because these are my babies. They are not my pets. They are my service animals, and now 2 of them are ill and can't work as a service animal anymore, although they are still trying to. So their mentality is, we need to take care of mommy, and mommy's mentality is, oh my God, I need to take care of my babies. You are the piggy baby. No, that's not sexist, Lenka. It's just God's honest truth. My husband that I've been separated from for 2 years, good Lord, he whines when he's sick. And you gotta do every damn thing for him. I used to look at him after the second day and go, seriously, you're older than I am. And I'm disabled. It's not sexist, it's just the truth. It's the way we're designed. You know, we're the ones, biologically, we're designed this way. The women, you know, create and care for the life. And the men are supposed to be the hunters-gatherers, right? Okay. Well, that means that they biologically have more upper body physical strength than we have more lower body physical strength. Probably because we have to push babies out. But that means that they're not adjusted to the levels of pain that we are. Our bodies are better designed to handle it, supposedly. So they're wimps. God love them, they're wimps. Butthead. Excuse me, you guys. Yes, I am still fighting this stupid bronchitis. I'm just at a point, I don't care. It's there, it's lingering, there's nothing I can do about it. Just keep going. Okay, I'm gonna mute y'all for just a second. Hold on. Sorry about that. My daughter can tell you, you did not want my face close to this microphone and me yell that loud. I used to sing for a living. So, projection, lots of volume. But no, men are big babies is what they are. They're big babies. Because I'll tell you what, that 31-year-old man that's sitting out in the garage smoking and being a pain in my butt, not helping me out here, is when he gets really, really sick, he comes and lays his head on my lap and says, "Rub my head, Mommy." Uh-huh. Yeah, I've actually blown a couple of sound systems singing loud. Oh, I'm sorry, Alexis. Oh, girl, just smack him into, not seriously, but they are men, children. They are, wimps. They don't even get it. They just have no clue. Let them give birth once and let's see how they feel. Oh, my goodness. They're nice to look at sometimes, but, I'm good. I'm good. He lives on the other side of town, and eventually I'll be able to file for divorce, but yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good being alone now from a relationship. And sometimes I'd like to tell Nicholas to go grow up just a little. And other times I want to tell him quit being such an old man. He is a strange mix of a man, let me tell you. He grew up around too many of us girls. He has 2 sisters with me, and his brothers are on his father's side, and they live, in Chicago, halfway across the country, so. Yeah, he got a good taste of what it's like growing up with girls. Yes, he did. Right, B? Exactly, Piglet. They'd never survive it, y'all. They'd never make it. God love them, they'd never survive it. And some of them are smart enough to know, don't even go there, because, nope. They'll never win that argument. Ever, ever, ever. We're always stronger when it comes to, stamina, longevity, pain. Obviously, because we put up with them. But they're stronger in being able to do things physically most of the time. Right? That was my husband. He always thought he was funny, and I was always looking at him like, you've lost your ever-loving mind. We've been married forever. And, no. Sarah can tell you her daddy's a wimp when he's sick. And a royal pain in the backside. And after a day or two, I would always look at him and go, I'm done now. I've done everything. I've made you stew. I've made you soup. I took care of you. I babied you a little bit. Okay, that's it for the year. But you see, he gets sick every time the seasons change. So I had to put up with that crap 4 times a year. I was like, nope. That was just how I saw it. Nope, we're done. Came over. Thank you for playing. Have a good night. God love her daddy. I will always love that man with all of my heart and soul. But I learned that I cannot live with him. So, yep. That's just how it's going to have to be. Even though he is not accepting it. Tough. I'm done. This old lady got tired, let me tell you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, her dad is that bad. That's my husband. He is that bad. You know, all my kids call him dad, but that's her father. And, no. I will never do marriage again because of that. It was, no. This year will be 16 years that we've been legally married. And I've loved him since I was 17 years old, so 33 years. And I will love him until God takes me home and probably long after. But living in the same household, I have learned is a no-go. That's not going to happen. Sorry, Nico, I can't be on live stream and do that. Yeah, I'm with you, Alexis. I'm going to stay that way. Oh, you get to go see your dad. Oh, that's awesome. See, I still love my husband. There's no question about that. And he is a wonderful father, and he's amazing grandpa. And he's not yet met Charles. And I want him to see, you know, our baby grandson. And get to see his bigger grandson who thinks he hung the moon and stars. So, to me, that's what it should be. He doesn't need to get along with me. He just needs to love the kids and the grandkids. He still loves me. I'll always love him, but no more. I'm happiest on my own. I just was not made for marriage. I'm good at it, but I don't enjoy it. So, you know, and I think it's that way for men and women. It doesn't matter. Some people are happiest married. Some people are happiest when they're not. My husband is happiest married, but that's because, you know, he had somebody to take care of him and do all the hard work. For me, it was, I got tired of doing all the hard work and taking care of him. Yes, he'll get to rub Rosie belly. He's got to be happy by now that we're having a granddaughter. We're just worried about you, Sarah. We know this pregnancy is extremely high risk, and we're concerned. Both of us. But Sarah can tell you, her daddy will probably live a much longer and happier life if I'm not in the same house getting aggravated. But yes, I'm always going to love him. There's no way around that. I've loved him all of my adult life and a couple of my teenage years too. There's my baby snowflake. She's a good girl. She's looking at Spirit like, why are you in my spot, asshole? That's right. Well, you can keep telling me that, but until we get to the end of this, and you're safe, and Rose is safe, I'm not going to feel safe. You know, I had really hoped for that. I wanted my grandma and grandpa, you know, 51 years it was almost their 51st anniversary when he passed away, and she wore her wedding ring until the day she died. She loved him every moment of that, and he loved her every moment of it. And I had really prayed that would be the deal for me. But when whiskey gets in the way of a relationship and the person won't put it down and stop because they don't see they have a problem, it gets really overwhelming really fast. And I've lasted these 16 years, but I just can't. I just can't do anymore. Why am I killing you, Smalls? But you know, when Sarah has her wedding, if Tia ever gets married again, if Nick ever gets married, you're damn right their daddy will be there. And you're damn right that I will be happy that he's there with them, because he's their dad. You know, that's the privilege of being their dad. That's the privilege of having driven them to school every day during high school and, you know, all of that. I just don't want to live in the same house. Not anymore. I'm happy by myself. And truth be known, if I could afford it and Nick wasn't so sick, I'd probably live on my own. Just because I'd live up in the woods. Make sure I had a good internet connection so I could talk to all of you. And then Sarah and the babies could come up and see me there. I'm just adding a bunch of little bits of cold grade 3 where I know they're needed, so that I can kind of do this in one area of it in a big swoop, because that's how I normally work. So I'm a little faster than the other way. And you just got jostled by a ladybug plopping. Okay. She went, nope, not comfy this way. I'm gonna move. She's so cute. We're lucky she isn't on screen giving me kisses and taking over the camera, because that's, oh yeah, it's 12:15. That's her normal thing right now, because they're trying to tell me they're ready for their nap. Hi, Ashley. Yeah, I gave him the same choice, B, and he didn't believe it was an issue. But when they're drinking one of those 1.75 liters of cheap, crappy whiskey that makes them mean every day, you lose the person you love in that. You just do. They seem to disappear. Although when he's sober, he is the man that I always loved. It's just sad. But it is what it is, and I'm too old and too sick to keep fighting that fight. Yeah, he would be. I probably would cook him up and use him for fertilizer to grow tomatoes for sauce. So, yep. Probably best if we live in different places. Oh, my kids know their mother. It is the worst. It is. You know, I would imagine that things like methamphetamines and such are even worse, but it destroyed our marriage, along with the help of his father. So he now lives with his father and is his father's full-time caregiver. I live with my son and I'm Nick's full-time caregiver, and I think it works best this way. Oh no, baby, let me know what's going on. Yeah, if we still lived on the lake, he would have ended up fish bait, let me tell you. Or snake bait in a freaking mine shaft, because I just couldn't. He got so mean. Oh no, Ashley. Baby, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry, baby. No, Sarah, it's not. Pandemic, Piglet. Her aunt is one of the victims of it. Okay, head back in a good place before I get stuck in there. In someplace bad. So just, pray for your sister. It's gonna be okay. It'll take time, but it'll be okay. Alright. I think this stream has been more chatty than it has working, and that's okay with me. I think we needed a chatty stream. Y'all just did not need to see me looking raggedy in my bathrobe and pajamas, because that's what's going on today, and that's what it's going to stay. I'm telling you. I am not putting on real clothes. It's a pandemic. I can't leave the house. I'm staying in jammies. Yes. Tons of layers of gray. But we pulled in that brownish beige from the Pablos in the feathers, and we're also going to pull something else in that's for the lowest lights, the darkest shadows of the cold side. As soon as I can close this drawer, because I'm at an angle that doesn't work. Let me tell you. Okay, hold on. I grab a pencil if I can get to it. Good night, I've gotten old. Okay, I made it. Oh, shook y'all all over the place. I'm so sorry. But I made it. Okay, I'm going to re-aim you so I can quit trying to hold this book up. Bless you. My goodness, teeny tiny. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Yep, that's me. My butt is staying in these pajamas until this pandemic says, okay, you can leave the house again. Even if we go do a Randonautica video, I'll bet you money I'll be in a sweater and pajamas. Y'all will be looking at me like, oh my good Lord, she's actually done it. She's crazy. But I will. I am that kind of crazy. Okay. So one of my two favorite Light Fast pencils broke in half. One of the first ones I bought. This is Midnight Black. So it is a very indigo black mix. This one is the brand new one because I don't want to try and get up and get to the thing full of Light Fast pencils. So we're going to implement the brand new one of the Derwent Light Fast Nightshade, which is a very dark purple with hints of black in it. They're both amazing colors. Yeah, I know, Piggy. Just, like I said, chalk it up to remember the source, because that's all you can do, Sarah. You just got to remember who's talking. And that she's obviously not well informed and not well educated on the subject, or she wouldn't say horrible things like that and hurt people. Maybe to her that was insulting because she doesn't understand the truth of the old ways. But those old ways are still real and they're still good. Oh no, I'm much worse. Believe me, B. I am happy to be a bad influence in some ways. Oh, I haven't worn makeup in years except on stream once in a while. Like on Halloween. That's my girl. I do stay busy, Alexis, but regular clothes put too much pressure on that one spot in my back that just sends me into tears. So, yeah. I'll stay in my comfy clothes. Yeah, I'm not big into the makeup. I'm young. Or I'm not young anymore. I'm young, my God. I'm not young anymore. My daughter's young. And she wears makeup. I'm past that stage of my life, and I don't date, and I don't go anywhere. So unless it's a special occasion, I'm not putting war paint on. No, thank you. That's what my dad used to call it. He said I was putting on war paint. And then I heard the Lori Morgan song War Paint, which is an amazing song. I know, baby girl, but if your manager believes that, then honestly and bluntly, she can piss off. You're one of the sweetest people. the only way that you guys can see my daughter is to go look back in early live streams that she was here. She is the sweetest little girl. So it just shocks me when people just automatically believe the worst in everybody. I don't believe everybody's evil and horrible. I just believe that, you know, most people have something in them that could use a little tweaking and love and work. And even me, you know, I'm not the nicest person. I'd like to put my husband in a mine shaft on certain days. But, you know, it is what it is. So in these darkest areas, I'm using, because this is the cold side, we're using the blue. The midnight black, because I want them to really push back into the image, not come forward. Oh my goodness, Alexis, congratulations. Alexis is like the midwife for her nation. She's a medicine woman, so she gets to attend to helping the babies be born, and I think it's awesome. So I figure I'll darken these, blue these up a little bit. They're a little too bleh, not enough value in them. You know, tone is highlight, you know, the lighter portions, and value is the darkest portions, and I think these need a little more dark. So we're going to give it a little extra. Give it some something. Not everywhere, just a little bit here and there. Some places I like them just like they are. I want this to recede a little more. Oh, I know it does, Alexis, and I'm sorry, I realized it after I said it. My dad used to call it war paint, because it was a joke that he would use. Because I was on the hunt, is what he said. But, no, war paint is a completely different thing. A completely different thing. You know, I just watched a show last night that one of the spirits was that of a Native American. In fact, an Apache up in New Mexico who had been killed unjustly. And when they showed the image, you know, because they're trying to show what the person saw at the time that it actually occurred. They showed him, he had this stripe of white across his cheekbones and nose, and immediately my brain went, that's war paint. And it was. They were in the, what were called, sadly, the Indian Wars, and it was with the 9th Regiment or something like that, and they were the black soldiers that were fighting them, and it was just, you know, it was just horrible. But they were able to bring him peace, give him an offering, and he was able to pass over, thank goodness, and finally come to rest. And I think that's... No, and Alexis knows. She knows that I have total respect. Like I said, I was raised in a family of Native Americans, and I have absolute respect. But she's right. I shouldn't have said it that way. I said it before I thought about it, and it was inappropriate. It is one of those things. It is. But if you listen to that song, you'll understand why my dad said that, and in that case, it truly would apply. It's a stunningly beautiful song. It's very old. Very old song. I mean, when you're talking about Lori Morgan, that's some old country. Crystal Lynn, I think you're off the deep end at the neighbor. Okay. So, I'm going to pull the nightshade in up in here because I want a little bit of purple. Now, there are warm purples. There are cold purples. This is as dark as it is. It's actually a very cold purple. Actually, it's kind of neutral. It could go on both sides. It really could be used in both areas. But to me, I see more cold color in it. Yeah, that is. If I could hide my wrinkles, honey, I would love to. But makeup just makes it worse for me. I'm so emotional in my facial expressions. They are so prevalent that what ended up happening is it gave me all kinds of forehead wrinkles and smile lines and oh my lord. Way too much. Yeah, foundation is not the best idea for me anymore. I'm so sorry, Alexis. I did not think before I spoke. Oh, congratulations, B. I'm 50 and my first grandbaby, let's see, 9, right, Sarah? January 18th, same as Buggy's birthday, 9 years old. Yeah. I would love to be 43 again. Oh my goodness. No, I appreciate my years, and each year has held something significant within it, so, you know, I don't regret my numbers, but yeah, mine does too, B. My face is very filled with expression, so you can't. I don't even mean to, and I'm wrinkling my face at my kids. You know, it's just, oop, there go the pencils. It's just what it is. But I look at it this way, you know, I've earned every wrinkle. I have earned every gray hair except the white streak that I was born with. I can't earn that. I was born with it. And they're kind of, what was the phrase I was looking for? They're mile markers. You know, they're reminders of things past. Yeah, they do. I have a lot of them. Oh, goodness me. No, my daughter's juggling that. I can't do it. I cannot do it. Yeah, 9 years old. Oh. I am too old for this shit that's going on in the world, but I'm also too young to quit yet either, so even though I have my physical challenges and I feel 80 sometimes, you know what? I'm not ready to give up. I am not ready to give up. I still have work left to be done here. Like, I gotta finish teaching you all how to use all these colors and start drawing. Okay, we're gonna come on the other side, up here in this little face. I wanna... It looks like I'm just, you know, doing nothing because of the black lines, but in truth, what I'm doing is widening that out so that, like I said, the dark will push its way back in the image. Piglet, I can't. Because my phone is my camera. Nice try, little girl. And there's no way that my big ass is going to be able to get up, bend over, and not fall off this bed trying to get that tablet. Believe me, I would go head first into my nightstand. It would not be pretty. Yeah, I don't have time for any of that. Nope. No, thank you. No, no. Life is too short. And I'm going to enjoy it while I got it. Let me tell you. Okay, so let's put some of the warm gray 2 in here on these little fine little feathers. We're going to... A lot of colorists call this flicking. I just call it, you know, lift and... Drag as you lift or lift as you pull. I don't know. Press and lift. There you go. I just call it fur. There we go. That's what I call it. Fur. It's those little fluffy areas on a bird or an animal. It's fur. Okay, sweetheart. You go put on your hiding paint and you have the best day you can at work or night you can at work. I love you very, very much. You better kiss them babies for me and tell Rosie I love her. Okay? I'm not going to be on much longer anyway. We're coming on 3 hours pretty soon. I'm probably boring the daylights out of everybody because it's hard to see what I'm doing on the page. There's got to be a better way to do this doggone lighting. Let me see if it'll come closer without popping off the clip. Let's see if that works a little bit better. No, don't fall off. Don't fall off, darn it. Stay. Well, that'll work for working up in here. I can do a little bit up here. Here we go. We'll play up here. Let's see. Is that well lit enough? Yeah. Let's put a little bit. It's already got the warm gray 1 on it. So we're adding some 2 to most of it. Sometimes I think these drawings could be, when I actually draw, it's like ASMR. Oh boy, B, let the games begin. You know what? I like that. Sarah came up with a good one, hiding paint. She's right. It is. We hide our emotions behind makeup so often. I think I just got tired of hiding them and kind of went, no, I'm over it. I just am the way I am and I can't help it, and if people upset me enough, they're going to see it. But I also am not out in the workplace like my daughter. So, you know, that's a different thing. I am at home. Home is where I work. With YouTube, my son, my drawings, that I work from home. Bless you, Nick. I can hear him sneeze on the other damn side of the house. All these tile floors. And again, he sneezes. It, you know, pushes the sound, for some reason, right to my bedroom. We don't know why. Can't hear anything in his room, but you sure can in here. You certainly can in here. She's so cute. My little girl's such a cutie. Anybody who has seen those live streams, she's absolutely beautiful. Beautiful woman. And she is so sweet and has a voice to match. Very angelic voice. She's working on getting a little bit of mommy's gravitas and growl that I used in so many of my pieces, my recordings. She just thinks they're cool. So I'm like, okay, well, you're close. So she wants to learn how to growl like mom. Ooh, cool. I just know better than to mess with the resin personally, because I would end up with a chemical mess. And with 5 puppies and an epileptic son. I don't, and as bad as I shake, my fibro makes me literally toss pencils across the room, throw trays of diamonds, drop coffee cups. Yeah, I don't think that's smart. You make some beautiful, beautiful things, but I know my hands will not do it. As much fun as it looks, that would just be a disaster. Yep, you finally got the growl down in Black Velvet. Even as sick as I am. That's got it. See, we don't have basements, honey. And it's stupid. The thing is, in Arizona, basements or lower levels, underground levels, are smart. Because they conserve so much energy to keep it cool. However, this clay soil and all the bedrock mixed into it with all the quartz and the copper and all that, no, you can't. There's only a few areas that have basements and it's softer soil there. They cannot do it out here easily. And I think I'm more terrified of attics and basements than I am most things. Things like to hide in those dark places. Including animals we don't even have in Phoenix, like raccoons. Oh yeah, if I had tornadoes, my butt would want one. No, we don't have those here, honey. We have microbursts, but very rarely. No tornadoes. Thank you, but no. That's part of why I don't want to leave Arizona. Ooh, yeah. I hate spiders. I know they're necessary for, ecologically. I get it. But ew, I don't want them in my house. And we get some big ones. Uh-oh. Danny's in trouble. We have wolf spiders out here that make tarantulas look like they're small. No, thank you. We also have tarantulas out here. Although I've never seen one out in the desert, but I've seen wolf spiders in my home in Avondale. When we had that house, we were on a lake and we had this big old wolf spider. I swear to you, it was that freaking big around at its legs. I was screaming, made my husband go kill that damn thing. They are not easy to kill because they are extremely dangerous to dogs. Deadly, as a matter of fact. So, no. Plus, we have brown recluse, and you don't even see those before they bite you. And we have black widows, and oh, God, no. Certain areas in Arizona are scorpion rich. I'm not a scorpion person, thank you very much. Because we have those nasty bark scorpions. And the really clear ones, the young ones, are the most deadly. So, they crawl up in your shoes and everything else. But I do not live in a migratory path for scorpions, because that's one of the things, whenever we've had to move, I look for that. Are we in a migratory path? Because if we are, no thanks. We've done that once. I'm never doing that again. Oh my God, that was awful. We had to go through everything in the house with a black light multiple times a day. That was just miserable. Yep, that's how I feel. I've told certain things like insects and spiders and snakes the deal, and now mice, because I got rid of those, thank God. The deal is they're welcome on the outside. That's their territory. Inside is my freaking territory, and if they come inside, they will die. That's the way it had to be. Right? Ugh. Nuh-uh. No, and I respect all life. See, I know that, Alexis, that's what you do. And if I were on a paranormal exploration with other people, yes, okay, I will do it. But I'm not going in them damn things by myself. With a gun. Oh my God. That would have been a nice hole in the wall. Yeah. Okay, I agree with your husband in that case. Let him be the big man and not be the whiny baby, and let him kill it. Because, with spiders in my house. I respect all nature if it's in its own territory, and I know that we have so badly encroached on their territory. And I'm the first person. Alexis can tell you. We got an invasion of mice, okay, at the very end of last year. They were doing construction on 3 sides of our property, and we had mice. And when I say we had mice, at the end of this, I will describe to you how many mice we found out there were. Oh my God. I could hear them moving around my bedroom. I tried to find a way to save them. Could we gather them up and put them out in the riverbed? All this other stuff. Could we take them halfway across town? You know, and I was talking to Alexis about it on a video, and she said, "No, kill them. Just kill them." So, me being me, I had to find the most humane way to trap them, because I can't have poisons in my house. And I won't have traps that will skin an animal alive, because I think that's just horrifying. I saw one as a child that way. I will never ever do it. And it turned out to be that by the time I got these wonderful humane traps, and we found out that putting them in a deep freeze has them go to sleep, and they never feel pain when they're dying. It's just they go to sleep. So I got these 2 big, huge old tea jars that I would not use anyway because they didn't have lids, out of the garage. And I was dumping mice in there and putting a lid on them, and I had holes poked in the lid, and oh my God, it was just a mess. We ended up killing over 100 mice. Over 100 that were in my fucking house. No. I was livid, and I cried my eyes out that many lives had to be taken. But it was either them or the safety of my pups, because one of them bit me on the toe and one bit one of my pups, and that's when I got angry. Yep, over 100 dead mice. They weren't dead at the time, but there's no mouse in my house now, and I have humane traps in every single solitary room, including my linen closet and my garage. I'm just not playing. I'm not playing. I have told these damn things, you come in my house, I will trap you and you will go to sleep. Period. You didn't start out on this land. You don't belong on it. I know that assholes built up where they didn't need to, because there were lots of houses these people could have lived in and bought in the neighborhoods around here. They didn't have to go build these fancy custom houses across the way. They were just fine. They didn't have to be all fancy schmancy. But they made a choice, and their choice caused us problems. And carry hantavirus. So I can't have their poop and urine in my house. I won't. It's disgusting. And I can't for health reasons. Yeah. I just get the shivers thinking about it. Seriously, B. Alexis can tell you, I was almost in tears at the thought of having to kill these things in some inhumane way. I didn't even want to kill them. I just wanted to give them someplace that was their territory, not mine. But it came down to it. It came down to them or us, and there were way more of them than there were us, and it's our home. So, no. I thank God I have that big old deep freeze. Let me just say. I couldn't do it in a way where their blood could get anywhere, because if they had hantavirus, my God. So, yep, that's what I did. I caught them in these amazing humane traps, and then after I had to kill the first 75 in 2 days. 2 days I caught 75 mice. Some of them were little babies. I was just heartbroken at killing the babies. I wanted to keep one as a pet. But the one I wanted to keep as a pet, he drowned. And that was it. Come on. Okay, I think we're back for a moment. If we are, I'm so sorry. Apparently, everybody is online right now, and it is just, I have lost my stream quality completely. Even though I spend a fortune on my internet. So I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to go work on this for a little bit. Probably in my rocker recliner. And let my back rest. But I'm so glad you all were here. Thank you so, so, so much. I love you all very, very much. I do. And I'm praying for you. This is a tough time right now, but I know that we can get through it. We just have to show each other the kindness that we all deserve. So, with that, I will sign off, and you are truly all in my thoughts and prayers. I'm going to go try to play with this owl a little bit more, and I will see you all next Friday. And hopefully I will have another diamond painting video out for you this week. So I will see you all then. Bye.